on to the next part of this. I'm going to paint these things before we go to Palooza because I want a really nice rotor head on my primer brigade. So I have them all sanded, just scuffed, cleaned, and they're hanging and drying, making sure the alcohol that I used to rub them clean is off. I'll give them a coat of primer, and then we will start in on these, and they're going to have stripes. They're going to be black. I think they'll have an aluminum edge on the front. Plus, they'll have the white from about that far on the back side. You know, it kind of sucks that this is a Sky Crane blade, so Lovely Vario, they said, oh, this will work, just throw it on there. But an MD blade is full all the way back to there. Kind of sucks, but I'll go with it and do what it does. There we are. Oh, and look, since I cleaned off, this edge had a really big lip on it. And I got some filling to do. There's a couple of pinholes and stuff in there. All right, continuing on with painting the blades for the 600. So I had to use some frog tape. I think this is what this is. It's the yellow type painter's tape. It is pretty low tack, so it doesn't leave any residue, which is great because this shit sometimes leaves residue. This is the regular blue tape, but this is way stickier. This is what happens when you don't have the little fine line blue 3M vinyl tape to cut lines. You end up with shit like this. So I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna have to make it work because I got some big runs in the black for some reason. I mean, I painted it on super thin and I still got runs. I did like 3 coats, and here you can see right there. It's actually going up. I had this blade turned upside down so that I was trying to get it to fall back the other way, but I don't know what the hell was going on here. It just decided it was going to be runny, and it went down the whole damn thing. So I'm probably going to end up redoing these, but this will be good for Palooza. I'll get these all balanced up and call it good. And yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so this what comes from rushing. So, and not having the right tape. So not having the right tape means you get all these little blow-bys. And I even went through all the spots because I knew it was going to do it. And I still got blow-by between the edges of one tape that's overlapped by another. But then you get shit like this, where I didn't see the tape had gone a little long because I put this piece on first, and then this piece, then that one, and then the front one, and I didn't see that it went long. So I've got this little wow thing in there. It's going to drive me nuts. Just drive you nuts. Little blow-bys. And I mean, I went through every one of them just before I did it. So the frog tape is okay. I did see in a couple spots where the tape had left, you can see it right there. The tape had left some impressions because I didn't really push it down except for right on the edge, right where I knew it might bleed. So, but you can see right there that left an impression. There are the blades. We're going to get them weighed up. I'm not going to do any more trim work on them because they're all screwed up. I'm just going to balance them and go flat. All right, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try to fix this stupid little tape thing. So I took the paint. It's just Rust-Oleum flat enamel. I got me a super thin brush, and I'm going to attempt to do this, but I need more powerful glasses. I can do this or not. Not the greatest. Stuff's pretty watery. So you just wipe it off. Start over. I guess I could tape it. Why would I do that? Try taping it. Where's the tape? Tape off this edge. I'm gonna burnish it down. Now I'm gonna do this. And then we'll pull that off tomorrow morning and we'll see how it does. We're also starting the balancing process, and the weights changed dramatically with paint. It's really heavy over there. So yeah, paint adds all kinds of weights and it's different every time. I went through and I was making sure, okay, I'm going to spray, you know, one direction and back and then once and then call that good. And then come back with a second coat the same way, up this way, back, and then that. So I could get an even coverage. I did it the same on everything. The black, the white, the yellow, all that shit. And if I set it up here and I go, so yeah, it's going to take some balancing to get those back together. Look at that. Sign still exists. Going to Scalaheliapalooza in 2 more wake ups. All right, it's been like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Let's see how this does. Look at there. You can still kind of see where it touched up, but only up close. So I think we're gonna call it good. Now we're on to balancing, and that's blade number 4. You can barely see it. Blade number 4 and blade number 1. This one's a heavy one because I already put it on the balancer over there. So now I'm weighing it, and I'm gonna see and try to get the difference of the weight in the tape, and then put it on the CG and all that kind of good stuff, and we'll try to get these balanced. I'm only balancing like 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6. So this is kind of interesting. I threw on the blade. This balances heavier than the number 1 blade or number 4 blade, but it's the exact same weight. So that just shows you the CG just needs to be put off a little bit more. So now I'm going to take the extra tape off and actually weigh this blade and find out what the difference is between the blades and cut the tape to match it. I hope. So the weight by itself is only 141.3 grams, where the other one was, or 241.3, the other one was 243. 1.7 grams of tape to put on there, and then we'll go from there. Now, when I put it on here, I just had the tape thrown on. So it's the exact weight difference between these two. This one is about 2 millimeters higher on that end than this end. So I'm going to take and move this out just a little bit and then remeasure it. And my spots that I have from here to there, I took and leveled them so it's perfectly level between this point and that point out there. And then we'll get the balance right on. All right, now here's the real problem. This blade is now too heavy statically, even though it weighs the same, which sucks by like 2 millimeters on this side compared to this side. So this side's lower than that side. So now I've got my tape all the way up to my white line. So what I'm about to start doing now is start trimming a little bit and moving it, trimming it, moving it, and to get it right in the right spot. Or I could just trim just a little bit, line this up like I'm supposed to so I don't have a weird black line, and take off little tiny pieces out here, even though it's going to mess with the weight. But it will be statically balanced, and that's the priority, is static balancing. Okay, literally, that's what I took off of this edge, and I'm right on 16 on here. And then I come to the other side, I'm right at 16. That's pretty damn close. And I only trimmed not even 1/10 of a gram off of here with this one, and because I trimmed a little bit off there, and then I trimmed a little bit off there, but less than 1/10 of a gram. So I would call these good. I'm going to take and I'm going to burnish down this black tape, and I'm going to call it good. And that's the underside, so you don't even see it. Hot damn, we're getting balanced. Now we're on to blades 2 and 5, and they're really close. They're maybe 0.5 gram, like 4.45 grams. You know, yeah, 0.45 grams. Because I'm right in between there. So, but you can see the balance is heavy on the number 5 blade, which is slightly heavy, but it's like way off. I'm going to have to add well, I can try to add a little bit of weight way the fuck out here to see if it will do something. Well, we'll see. And this is really fun, trying to get a teeny ass piece of tape balanced to 0.45 grams, and I need more weight. And there's the size of the piece that I needed. But we're dealing with an old gram scale. I always bounce this thing to see where it's at. And then on the second blades, we're right at, come on, focus. Focus, you piece of shit. God damn it. There we go. We're right at about 12 and a half. So this piece, I started way out here and I moved it in to get the right CG, and we're about the same 12 and a half millimeters up from the bottom on this one. So we're gonna call this one good. So this sucks. So on blades 3 and 6, this is the light one for weight. So there is the little tiny piece of 0.35 grams of tape. Now I have it all the way up here, and it's still statically balanced heavier on this blade than that one. Theoretically, I'd have to take this and move it that way, but I don't want it in the white. So now I'm going to have to start trimming it down like I did the other one. But like you see on 2 and 5, that same piece like that was way out here to get it statically balanced, but weighted the same. This sucks. Okay, so to get these to balance perfectly at 12 millimeters and 12 millimeters with the tape here not going into the white, I had to cut off these 3 pieces off of this side out here. Maybe not even a 1/10 of a gram. Half a tenth. However you say that. So, well, these ones are going to be good. We're going to call that good. And let's see. We just balanced these 2 blades. This one's got the tape on it. We're going to say this is a really finicky thing. So, right at 243 for that blade. This one doesn't have any other tape. This was supposed to be the heavy one. It was supposed to be 243. This is like I said right there, 243. This is blade number 6. Actually, no, this is blade 3, not blade 6. Blade 6 was a light one. And it is slightly, ever so slightly heavier. So we're going to try that. These ones are pretty close. You could have gone through, found the heaviest one, which was that one right there, number 5, because it was 0.2 grams over most everything else. And you could have made them all about the same, which I might end up doing anyways, because I'm going to repaint all those anyhow because of all the runs and all the crap on there. But we're going to go with this for right now and get these all packed up and get ready to go to Palooza.